You out, huh? Yeah. But we're going to be quiet now, right? Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. It's Rita. It's Friday again. Oh my gosh. This week goes by so fast. The week goes by so fast when I'm spending time with you. And I am so thankful for that time. Here's the thing I'm looking for. I hope you're all well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today's Friday. Let's see. It is Friday. So Friday means 3D Friday. And so we are going to be working on a really useful and sturdy box. It's originally called, I got this from the Floral Craft Box project on Cricut projects. And I got to tell you that I made it exactly the way they told me to. I don't want to say exactly. I did make some modifications, but it's so sturdy. It's like it says you should make it out of craft board, which is craft. Is it craft board? It's called craft board. Yeah, craft board. And so I made it out of craft board, and it is it's a little bit hard to put together, and here it is. Here's what I made. Now, if you are in need of a really sturdy box, this is going to be it. Look at how I mean, you could probably put an egg in there and ship it across the country. It's so sturdy. But I want to show you how to do it with the craft board, but also talk about why you really don't need craft board for this box because of the way that Cricut designed the box. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the scoring wheel and how to know between the 01 and the 02 scoring wheel. And what else are we going to talk about? Today is the very last day that you can get your name in for this bundle of joy that I'm giving away as a anniversary present to someone special. It is, let me just explain to you, and I did post on my page yesterday, but I want to reiterate because not everybody sees those posts. So here's the deal. I got so much wonderful, exciting response to my bundle of joy package that I'm sending out, which includes a brand new Cricut Joy in the box and a whole bunch of Cricut Joy compatible materials, including smart vinyl, smart iron-on, insert cards, card mats, pens. There's a lot of stuff, and it values $250. So I got a lot of responses, people wanting to win this machine, that I decided to rework my monthly giveaways. Normally I give away $50 prizes to 10 people a month. So I changed, sorry, that's Benji. His ear is bothering him again. He's making squeaky noises again. Yay! So I hope you're the winner too. I mean, I'm not trying to. I hope you're all winners. I want to. That's the way I've always done my giveaways. Is I've done them smaller so that more people can win. But I kind of went back and thought about it and thought, you know what? I can afford to give away a Cricut Joy every month for the next 6 months. And it's a Cricut Joy with companion materials. So it's not just the machine. It's a Cricut Joy with a bunch of companion materials that totaled $249 exactly. I did the math. And so I can afford to give one of those away and also have 5 prizes that I can use at my discretion. I'm going to be sprinkling them all around in my Patreon or on my Patreon page. So if you are a patron on my Patreon, there is a very good chance for you to win a prize. This is a $50 prize. So consider becoming a patron on Patreon if you really are into winning prizes, because I don't have that many, and I'm choosing at least one prize a month from that from that group. Okay. So, I'm also going to be choosing more prizes from the Cricut Chat group, and the Zoom call will have prizes as well. So I know it's a little confusing, but what we're going to be doing is after this one is over, which you have only until tonight to put your name in, okay? But after this one is over, I'm going to post another link, and that link is going to be for the Cricut Joy. So in April, I'm actually giving away 2 bundles of joy. And then from going forward, we'll be doing 1 bundle of joy a month, for the next, 5 months, because April is the 6th month. So the next 5 months. And then I'll also be giving away $50 prize packs for up to 5 people. Okay? So that's just to clarify. So if you want in on this prize, definitely you have to follow the link that's in the description of this video. And if you're listening live, that will be there after I post the video and share to everyone. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, that's all about prizes. And thank you so much for the lovely, comments about, hi, Nikki. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Kathy. So it's not all about winning, of course. And, but if you haven't won, you just have to, you have, Daryl said, I have a lot of material, the Maker Joy and Mug Press, and I decided not to enter for a while. That's great. Leave it open for people that don't yet have a prize. That's wonderful. And yeah, we have a tendency to collect a lot of stuff. So I know I have... originally with this joy, I bought it because it was on a great sale, and then I was like, I don't really need 2 joys, so I want to give that one away. Okay, so there's lots and lots and lots to win and learn here at Cricut Chat. So I just want to encourage you, if you are not already following me on YouTube or Facebook, or even Instagram, then do that and click through and put your name in there to win the prize. And we encourage everybody. And this is a great group. So I love that people are always sharing and are concerned about each other. That's just so fabulous. So anyway, so let's get on with it. So today is 3D Friday, and I decided that I would come back. We have been spending some Fridays with some outside designers like Lori Whitlock, and I decided to come back and do something from Cricut Design Space. So yesterday I was going through the projects page, and I want to just talk about that. So there are 2 ways to find projects to do. Okay. One of them is by using this link. It's called projects right here. And if you go there, there are tons and tons and tons of projects. And in fact, you can do any of the drop down boxes. So whenever I'm feeling a little dry for inspiration, I come here and see what people have been doing. And it's really always sort of sparks my sense of creativity when I do that. And oftentimes I might start with an idea and end up with something totally different. So I kind of like starting from here with projects. You can also, of course, go to images, which we do all the time. You can go to all images and do your search there. But I want to talk about projects today. So I was thinking 3D. What's 3D? What haven't we done in a while? And I was thinking I'd like to make a box. So I typed in box and was greeted with all of these wonderful boxes and all of these really interesting boxes. And I think we could probably do many of them, like this dodecahedron. And there's triangle boxes, mermaid boxes. There's boxes with bows and boxes with flowers. But I wanted to do something sort of to highlight one of the tools for the maker in the adaptive tool system, which is our scoring wheel. But I wanted to show you how to use the scoring wheel head that is labeled O2. See that, O2? That is for the scoring wheel. So I wanted to do that. So I came across this, and of course I closed it out. But I came across this this box called Craft Box or something. I don't remember what it's called. Of course, I'm gonna have a hard time finding it again. But it's in here. Anyway, I'll give you the file. But I really, really wanted to show you this project and what you would find when you look in projects and when you are finding things in project. So it's really important when you do click on something that you sort of read the directions and decide what you're going to do with the box. Are you going to make changes? Are you going to use different kinds of materials? You don't need to use the materials that they're suggesting. And a lot of times, like for instance, like with some of these, it might have product that they're using, material that they're using that you don't have. And so I just kind of want to mention that just because it says that you have to use this doesn't really mean that you have to use this, but it's useful. It tells you what you need to know. And of course I cannot find the one that I'm talking about, so I'll just choose this one. It's a graduation gift box. And down here it will tell you the size and description of it and all of the cardstock that you're going to need or materials you're going to need. And then everything else is where you'll find out where you're going to be using depending on your material. Okay. And then it does have some preparation and assembly. Unfortunately, a lot of the assembly is a little bit short, and it becomes difficult to follow along. And that's why I'm here. Okay. So, I found this craft box, and let me go back to the canvas to show you what I have. So I made some changes, but essentially this is a 2-piece box, just like, most box things, that has really pretty paper on both the side and the top. This is the top, this is the bottom. So top and bottom of the box. And what I did was I cut these, actually it's the same color. It was a double-sided paper. So I just, I put them together and I cut them out double-sided. Okay. Now this box calls for using craft board, but to be honest, I don't know that if I were going to make these as, say, a gift or something, that I would always use the craft board. First of all, because craft board can be expensive if you're making a lot of them, say for a party. Excuse me. And so there's that, but also it is very thick craft board, and it's a little hard to work with. So you could do this in cardstock, and I actually did cut one out in cardstock for you, okay? And, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Actually, Santo's outside. Sorry, I need a drink of water. Hold on. So, yeah, Santo's outside, so they want to have a look. So I figured let's do it with a craft board. And I just want to, if you've never heard of craft board, this is it. Craft board, okay? It comes in 3 colors. It comes in white, which is this. I love to use this stuff. It comes in black, and it also comes in craft, which is brown, okay? So it comes in a pack like this. It also comes in a sampler pack. And if you need to buy it, I will make sure I put my link in the description so you can go through and choose to buy that. I also use some paper that I got at Michael's. I want to just show you, this is the paper that I used for these boxes. No, this isn't from Michael's. Sorry. This is from Joann's. It's called Park Lane Rainbow Love, and it is a double-sided, very pretty, double-sided 24 sheets but that's okay. It's small, but it's double-sided, which is nice. So when I did these boxes, basically, I chose one sheet, and then I would cut out all those pieces and then just flip over these sheets like this, okay? So let's go ahead and get started on cutting these. I just need to clean up my space a little bit. And let's see, I need 2 sheets of this cardstock. So cardstock's pretty thick, and the way that this is folded up, it does make the box extremely sturdy and a little stiff. So again, you could cut this from regular paper, and it wouldn't be that much. It would probably be a little bit easier. So anyway, when we go to make it, you'll see that we've got 2 pieces. There's the top and here's the bottom. They're all laid out, and there's a lot of scoring. So normally I would be doing scoring because I like to score with my scoring stylus, but today, because of all this scoring, I'm going to use my scoring wheel. And because I'm going to be using craft board, I am going to have to change out the tip from the regular 01 to the 02, as I mentioned. So I want to just kind of show you how that comes about. So I'm going to just hit continue, and I'm going to choose craft board. It's a kind of art board. This is it. Very thick. You can hear it. Like, reminds me of oak tag. Remember that stuff? Anyway, so it's called craft board. It's under the category of art board, and you will see down here craft board. It is sort of one step before you start getting into chipboard. It's that thick, and if we wanted to have a look at, we can look at the material settings and look and see how thick it is. So GHIJ. Okay, craft board. So it's twice. It's going to repeat itself twice, and it's going to do a 278 pressure. So in comparison to light chipboard, which we can find somewhere here, light chipboard, it's kind of along the lines. It's light chipboard does also 2 times and a pressure of 285. So it's thinner than light chipboard, but it's up there as far as the cut pressure, okay? And so we're choosing craft board, and what you'll notice is that it tells me here, and again, I'm on my maker. If you're on an Explorer, you won't be able to see this, okay? But on my maker, and it will tell me that I need to put in my double scoring wheel because I chose craft board as a base material. Now, if you didn't want to use the double scoring wheel and you wanted to use the single scoring wheel or your scoring stylus, all you need to do is hit on this green thing which says edit tools, and that will bring up this box, and here are the 3 different scoring methods you could use: double, single, or scoring stylus. And then also it's giving me a choice of between fine and deep point blade. I'm going to keep it at fine, and I'm going to keep it at double scoring wheel, but if I wanted to change it, just select that box and hit apply, okay? And so we're all set to go. if it lets me go. Okay, so all we need to do is get our first paper, and in this case we're going to use the craft board for the front. I'm sorry, I keep saying front, for the top of the box and for the bottom of the box, but not for this middle piece right here. This is where we're just going to use regular cardstock, regular cardstock right there, okay? So I want to show you how this works. I'm going to move you over because there's less to see there than there is here. Okay, so I have my craft board on this Cricut mat. I'm going to put it in. And before I can get going, I'm going to need to put in my scoring wheel. Now, to take off this scoring 01 and put 02, it's very easy. Just press the little clamp. Make sure you put your 01 in a good place, and then you're holding the clamp down or the button down, and then we're going to press, and you see how it's on there really, really well. Okay, yep. And so I'm going to then open up clamp B and take out my housing with my blade in there. And that's where these go. Now, this is the reason why you can't use this on the Explorer. See these little teeth right here? And there's a teeth right there. The Explorer doesn't have that in their clamp B. And this controls the movement of your blade, whatever happens to be the correct blade there, okay? So I have to put it in, and remember, we always do scoring first, so I'm going to hit go, and it's going to do the scoring. Now, what's the difference between 01 and 02? 01 is just a simple score, one little line, but 02 is actually two lines creating kind of like a channel, and it's used so that you won't have a lot of cracks in your paper when you are done, scoring it. So this is useful for things like glitter cardstock, I forget what they call that, shiny paper, the shimmer paper, shiny paper, sparkle paper, even for things like, I think, vellum, you would use the double scoring. And I will show you how it looks when it comes out, and then we'll put it together. So here we go. So now it's done doing the scoring, so I need to open up this clamp B, take that out, and put in my regular blade and housing. Make sure you close it up, and then hit I can't see it, but hit that blinking button again. Don't take it out of the machine, or else you have to start over, okay? So now it's just going to cut all the way through, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it cuts all the way through. So just to kind of, as we're waiting for that to cut, remember tomorrow is our Zoom date. So we will not be having Cricut Date Night per se. So I won't be presenting you with a project tomorrow night, because you guys are going to be the presenters. The theme of Date Night is April showers bring May flowers. So whatever that means to you, if you want to bring some flowers you made, or you want to dress up, or you want to do whatever, bring that along with you to the Zoom call. And I will post a link for the Zoom call in on my page. I'll make sure that I post it as well on one of the descriptions of the video. So you don't need to come to date night, or maybe if you don't feel comfortable being on Zoom, you can watch it. I'll broadcast it live on my Facebook page. Okay, so it's all done. And here it is. Look at how lovely it is, how clean it comes off. You might want to save those pieces for something else. It's really nice and thick. And I'm just going to roll my piece off. So this is a completed top. Now I'm going to get real close so you can kind of see. This is a single score. See how it creates like almost like a path? I don't know how else to explain it, but I did also cut this out in regular cardstock with the scoring wheel of 01, and you can kind of maybe see it a little. Oh, here on this side, you can see. So there is a big difference between this score and this score. This is done with the 01, this is done with the 02. Okay, so let me show you how to put these together. They're so simple. However, if you are using the matte I'm sorry, if you are using the craft board to put these together, I would recommend something like this, or you can also use your Cricut scraper. A smaller one actually is better. I'm going to use this. This is called a bone folder. You do not need this. Don't go rushing out to get it. But if you have one, there is that. Okay, so let's put together first this black and this craft board one that that I did. So here are the pieces that I have. So I have the top and the bottom, and these are the pieces we're going to put on the side. Now I mentioned that I did this on two-sided paper, so I decided to make the sides be one of this side, right? And then the top be the flamingo, okay? So here it is. So there's that. So in this case with the black, I chose this paper. I really loved it, and it's got like black on it, and it's very elegant. On this side, I don't much care for this polka dot. I love polka dots, but I don't like this color. So at least not with that. So I'm going to make all of those edges be that beautiful gold tone paper. So here are my two pieces. Let's start with the bottom first, and we're going to fold at all of those double score lines. And look what happened to this. It got stuck on my mat, and it ripped. So what I'm going to do is make that on the inside. Okay, the flamingo paper is from that Park Lane. What's it called? It's called Park Lane Rainbow Love, which I got at Joann's. Okay, so we're going to fold here at all of the score lines. There's a lot of them, remember, so you've got here and here and here, just like that. Now because I have this here on this side and it's kind of ruined, I'm going to make this the inside of the box, so I'm going to fold it in as well, so you can kind of see what.
Yo sé, ay, bueno, la gente que viene de ahí guatemaltecos, que se mueren de la
They're actually doubled over. This is why I meant that that this is a really sturdy box, because when you get done, all the sides are doubled and it makes it a very thick box. All right, so this is how it's going to go together. We're going to put these in here. We have to put these little wings in first. So I'm going to do this side first, okay? And I need my handy dandy glue. This is my Barely Art Precision Craft glue. And I'm going to use a little extra than I normally do, because this is a very thick paper and I just want to make sure that it sticks. So here's what I'm doing. I put it on these two sides, and this is so that it will line up well. Let me just show you. Okay. I just want to make sure I can show you that inside. So here, these two sides, you're going to do these two sides first, not the sides with the wings, okay? And you're going to put those in there and make sure they set. Now, if it's useful, you can use your bone folder or whatever to make sure that they're going to be very squared off, because it's going to matter when we go to put the cover on, okay? So then we're going to flip it around, and we are going to fold in these side pieces, put our glue on there, a little bit more than we normally use, right? And then we're going to kind of flip it on the flat surface. Just, I want to show you what I'm doing. So I've got the glue and I'm gluing it to the side piece right here. See? And again, want to make sure that that's really squared off, because you do not want a wobbly box. And this is going to create a wobbly box right here. So you want to make sure that this seam or this fold right here is meeting up with this cut. like that, okay? And same on the other side. All right. Okay, here's where it gets weird. Here's where it gets weird. Okay, so we have these two side pieces here, and we have these two sort of winged pieces here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the inside, and the wings are going to go on the inside as well, but they're going to go this way. This is what I mean about it getting weird. So you're going to sort of fold it this way, put glue on these two wings, and put glue on this inside piece. It will make sense, believe me, when you tuck them in. Okay, so we're going to tuck this in, and then we're going to take those wing pieces and press them to the side, just like that. Does that make sense? It's okay, I got glue everywhere because it's kind of the inside of the box. You're not even going to see that part. So there is the wings. Going to do that again. Fold the wings this way. Put your glue on this part and this part here. And then on the inside edge. Now, the reason why I'm gluing is because it's so thick that it doesn't really like stay really super close together. That's the reason why I'm using a lot of glue. But if you were to do this in a different medium, you probably don't need that much glue. And in fact, you don't need any glue to put together this box. But I like it to be really sturdy. Now, the reason it has those tuck-ins is so that you have a nice edge here all along, and you have that double thickness of the walls, okay? Then so the last pieces are right here, and we're going to fold that in, and this is where your boning folder will come in handy, because you're going to want to make sure that's really in there so that you don't have a warped box. So I do that in all four pieces like this, and I just trying to make sure that those wings are setting like this on to the inside of the box. You see that? So we do need to wait for the glue to set, and then we can also decorate this part. We'll do it at the end. Normally I would decorate at the beginning, but I wanted to show you how to assemble it. Now this is the top. Now the top has also a whole bunch of scoring. So we're going to score this way, and I notice this is the back of my paper. This is the front. The back looks less, I don't know, appealing. It's duller. So when you're folding this, make sure that you're putting the less pretty side in to the inside, and will be covered up with your cardstock. So it's the same sort of thing, just a little differently shaped, right? So we have here, we have these two sort of side pieces. That's what we're going to make sure we put in first. It's okay that this is here. Don't worry about that. So we're going to put in these small tabs first. All right. And let's bring up the side, or we can fold it like this, whichever way you want to do it. You can either do it, bring the side up to it like this, or fold it down like this. Make sure it grabs. Okay, and make sure it's right there on the edge, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. So these side flaps, or tabs, or whatever you want to call them, are glued. Bring up the side. Make sure it's all squared off so that you don't have a wobbly top. There we go. Okay. Then we have the two other pieces that have these wings. I know this isn't secure, so I'm going to just double check it here. Make sure it's all secure, okay? I mean, it does take a minute or so for that glue to grab. So we want to give it that time or else it will come undone. Okay, so these two side pieces that have these little wings, remember that one? So we're going to put our glue here on the inside of those tabs because it's going to go down here. But we also need a little bit of glue on the inside piece here. So let's put it there and wait. Here? No, I put it in the wrong place, actually. I had to stop myself. Okay. All right. Sorry. So I'm going to put it on this side here for all three pieces. Yeah, that's right. So, and we're going to press that in here just like this. So see what it looks like on the inside. And I'm not being really super fussy about my glue today because all this is going to be covered up either by the actual box piece or by the cardstock. So here's that one with the two little tabs on the end. We're going to put the glue on all of that tab. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we're going to, you can either fold it like this or you can press it in like this. But it's going to have these two pieces come down. Now again, you got to give it a little bit of time for it to stick. It's very thick paper or cardboard or something. All right. And then the last step is to put the glue on the inside of this. Well, the last step to assembling the box. And glue, 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 glue. Now, you see how it's kind of a little lopsided? That's where I'm going to take this and I'm going to make sure that those pieces are down really, really well, especially in the corners, because I want for this to fit on top of the box. And it's really just a very small margin to make this ever so slightly bigger than the actual box. So there are two pieces, and this is how it goes on. Okay, so there's the box. It's really a plain looking box, so let's decorate it. And so we've got these pieces. And again, you can put this on beforehand, but I wanted to show you how to put the box together. So the next one that we do, we will decorate it first. So this piece, the square piece, it's pretty self-explanatory, but this piece goes on the top, and then there are little pieces for each side for the top of the box. So we're going to go around and put these four pieces here. And again, remember I told you I use double-sided paper, but for this one, I'm not going to use the other side of the paper just because I don't like the way that looks. And this would make a beautiful box for, like, say, to give somebody a very special little gift in. It's also a terrific looking box for sitting, you know, on your desk, or yeah, I put boxes everywhere in my house. Well, I run out of room, so I have to put things in all unusual places. But it's a really cute box for things like, you know, I don't know. You know how when you get done with the day and you have all these little things. Now, when my son was small, I would be forever picking up little Lego pieces everywhere, and they'd end up in my pocket. And so I would just kind of collect them. And then at the end of the day, I would just empty my pocket and it'd be this whole thing of Lego pieces, because he was really that into Legos. And so this is the sort of thing that I would have put all my little Lego pieces in. And once I got enough, I would try to find their original owner or whichever piece. I used to do Legos. I think that is why I'm so crafty with the Cricut, because Legos really teaches you symmetry and how to build things and to look at them slightly different. And my son was really into Legos. Really what he was interested in was taking apart Legos that I made for him. So he was always taking them apart, and I was always finding pieces everywhere when I swept or just walking around the house, and nobody wants to step on a Lego. So I always would go around picking them up. I didn't want to step on a Lego. Yikes. Okay, so I put this piece on a little too high. Not going to make a difference really, but I can move it around. Okay, so there's the top and the bottom. And the first time you get them in there, it might be a little snug. But how adorable is this cute little box? So cute, right? And I don't know. You can put anything you want in there. Me, I'll probably put Legos or spare change or whatever. Just kind of nice. Or if you want to send somebody this, you could send it and it wouldn't crush in the mail. It really probably wouldn't crush because look at how sturdy it is. So the same is true for the black, the white, the brown. And yet here is the cardstock. So I've got a white and a black box, and I made another one in the craft box, but then I decided I wanted to show you this is cardstock, just to kind of give you an idea of how less thick, how thinner, I don't know what the word is, how much thinner, I guess it's much thinner, how much thinner the cardstock is, but it doesn't really, in the end, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless you really, really need a very sturdy box, okay? So this is an opportunity for you to look at different materials. Now, when I did this with the cardstock, I only used the 01 scoring wheel, okay? Just so that you know. And I've got to fold it all up, all around here, and here, and here, okay? So if we wanted to decorate this before, this is the bottom. If we wanted to decorate this one before we put it together, we would just simply take our pieces, where are they? And glue them on here, like this. Take your little pieces. This is really cute paper too. I love the hearts, and they're gold. The hearts have gold on them. Now, I think what I would like to do is I want to make sure that when I'm folding this, I want to make sure that my hearts are all facing up. So if this is going to be the outside bottom of the box, I want to make sure that that's folded up like this, you see? So that way when I close it, this is going to be the outside. So same, do that all around, making sure your hearts are facing up. And that's just a little, a rookie mistake sometimes that we do. If you have something that has a pattern and you don't think about how it's going to pan out for you, once you put them on, you have to kind of think of directions, the directional. Okay. So we're going to put these on here. Last one coming up. So pretty. And who couldn't use a useful box? Okay, so there are my pieces. This is the back side, okay? There are my pieces of the bottom of the box. And I'm going to do the same thing. Remember, I'm going to tuck in these folds and glue them to the opposite side, right? So a little bit less glue here because it's cardstock, so you don't really need that super grip. Fold this up, and you can do it either way. I like to work on a flat surface, but I know you guys like to see what I'm doing too, so There is that side. And let's do this side. Okay, and then I'll flip it over so that I can get my hand in there to do that side. All right. And then what's remaining is, I forgot to fold this. I forgot to fold this seam. Okay. Are these two pieces on either side of each other with those flaps, and you can put glue on all three of those pieces, just like that, and tuck it in. Make sure that it's lined up really well. Same thing for this, which I also forgot to fold. Rita, what's happening to you? Okay, here. Don't want you to think I'm cutting corners. I am just forgetful. There's a difference. Okay. And then here. Okay. So we'll press down on all those sides. And then the last piece here is going to go on the inside. And again, you don't need as much glue because this is the cardstock version. But you are going to need to use whatever it is you have, like, and do this with the sides. Because we want it to be really square so that the cover comes and covers it completely, okay? And so that's why you're going to square off that box. Actually, I'm trying to remember, but I think I got into paper crafting. I think I may have mentioned this to you before, but I got into paper crafting with a desire to make boxes. So boxes are a fun thing for me to make. I used to make these like nesting boxes. Maybe I could show you how to do that sometime, where you nest a bunch of the same box inside. All right. Yep, you can have two machines going at the same time. I don't know if you guys want to see how that's done, but I've done that before. Where you could be cutting on, say, now I use different devices because I get a little bit confused when I'm doing that, but I've had something going on my from my laptop and then also from my iPad, and that was a lot easier to do that way. So I also want to show you something that a lot of people, I guess, don't know, is that you can have two windows open for design space. So if you're cutting something like for instance, all of these things that I've been cutting out for my wreath, and you get bored and you want to be just kind of like looking around or creating something on design space at the same time as doing something boring. Because after a while, you know, like sometimes, all right, last year I had to make all these like little gifts for my friend's daughter's bridal shower, and so while I was sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, this is so boring, and so I just opened up another tab and I could look for another project. Now you couldn't be cutting on both from both windows, but it is something that you should know how to do. So this is what I meant about, you know, if you did it in cardstock, you actually don't need all that much glue. You could actually fold this all in on itself, just like this, and it will stay put, right? Or maybe put glue just here. So there's that, and there's the top. Let me show you what I mean about design space. Yeah, you could certainly, if you have two machines And I would do it on 2 separate devices, but if you have 2 machines, you can certainly be playing with, or even if you just have one machine and you want to just play with a file while you're waiting for the other file to be done cutting. Or there are also other things. So let me just show you. I am on a Mac, all right? So I am going to... Let me grab, I don't know if it's going to let me grab this, but I think what I'll have to do is quit out of here. Okay. All right. So let me just quit out of Design Space. If you have sight problems, this might not be a good solution for you because I have like a little bit of problem at night with seeing. And then the window becomes very small. Okay, so here is my Design Space, and you'll notice that it comes up smaller than my screen. Now, what I can do is I can just take and use my mouse right over here and sort of make it smaller, like just like this. You're going to need to do that because you want to add another window. So once I have that, just leave it that way. And then I'm going to go into File. So up here, Cricut Design Space, File, New Window. This is obviously for Macintosh, but perhaps, you know, it's the same. It's probably about the same thing. It's been so long since I worked with... a Windows-based system, but I'm sure it's very similar. But so here you go. So I can be working on this really sturdy box that we've been talking about. Let's open it up. And it's kind of small, but you can still make everything out. And then I can be working over here on a new project and looking for images or doing whatever. Oh, good. Windows is about the same. Okay, good. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of confusion about this. But so this way, now let me just show you something else that you might say, whoa, I didn't know that you could do that. So let's have open. I'm going to cancel this. Okay. I'm going to open 2 different projects of mine. So let's open this one and my paper daffodils on this side. And let's say I wanted to combine things on one. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see. Combine things on one to go on the other. All you'd need to do is, now this is Macintosh, I would do a Command C, which is copy. And then I can come over here and do Command V, which is paste. You see that? So now I have elements from this particular project put on this particular project. So if, for instance, and this has happened to me, I know that you could use this, but if, for instance, you're working on a project and you really like an element that's part of the project, maybe it's a super different thing that you worked on. You don't want to just take regular old images and do it, but you could take whatever images and just copy them. Now, if you have right click, you could do copy, but for some reason I don't have that here. So what I do is I just click on that particular piece again, and I use Command, which is on the bottom of my keyboard here. Yeah, I use Command C. Command C. That means copy, and then I can come over here, and I have to click on there, and then hit Command V, and then we will have, let's make this bigger so you can see. So then we will have 2 of the same thing. Where is it? It's there. I know it's there. Right? Is it not? Ah, yeah. It might have gone. Yeah, there it is. Wait, is that it? No, it didn't work that time. Huh. Okay. Let me make this smaller and see. All right. So I'm going to select this, Command C, and then over here, Command V, there it is, okay? So if you have a Macintosh, I don't know the Windows way of doing it, but if you have a Macintosh, then you can do this, a Mac. I don't know if it works with iPad like that, but anyway, and there you can share between your projects. Perlita, what kind of computer are you working with? Sometimes this is a Macintosh, and again, I don't know, I haven't played with a Windows-based program in a long time, so I don't know how it is. You have Windows. Yeah, I don't know how, but there has to be a way that you can copy and then paste into another file. So yeah, there has to be a way. Yeah, Control or Command. Thank you for helping. Command is only on a Mac. Okay, so yeah, so Diana is saying you could do it with a Control in Windows, but on Macintosh it's Command C. So okay, Windows is Control C. Okay. And the button. Okay, there's a button. All right. So there's a lot of new stuff thrown at you so you can play all day. Again, it's this is how you would split and have two windows going. And by the way, you could attach your maker to this, and I could attach my Joy to this if I wanted to. I could change this. So I could have both machines, one on my left and one on my right, and it could be cutting out the card on Joy and then the box on the maker. That's how you would do it. Okay. I hope this has been really helpful to you. It's because it's just a box, but it's really a fun box project, and it's good for 3D. And if you choose to do it in cardstock, or if you choose to do it in this craft board, however you choose to do it, it's a great little box, isn't it? Okay. So that's it for today, folks. I will see you again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Zoom. Zoom is going to allow us to have as many people as we want. However, there's a 40-minute limit, at least right now. There's a 40-minute limit. I'm going to try something when it hits 40. 40 minutes. Oh yeah, a cutie might fit in here. He does. Look at the cutie, fits right in there. Hey, you know what? Yeah, we can do a mug box. Why don't we do a mug box? Because when you buy the 15-ounce mugs, it comes in a box from Cricut. But if you are using the 11-ounce boxes, look, I love this. This is cute. I should have sent this when I sent Bren her, but I didn't think of it. But open it up and there's your cutie. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming today. We're going to see you tomorrow. Remember, we have a limited amount of time right now that I know of. I'm looking for loopholes so you can, guys can chat longer, but, definitely come. Don't care about how you look on video. I don't. And I have barely any hair. So I just like to see all of your shiny, happy faces, and we'll have some prizes too. Okay. Bring anything, wear anything, bring your projects, whatever. Remember the theme is April showers. Bren, see the little bug? Yeah, so next time I give away a cutie, I think I'll put it in one of these boxes. All right, everyone, we'll see you again tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. I hope you get some crafting in. Thank you. Take care.